Shenzhen's rise has been nothing short of meteoric. It's a name that echoes through the corridors of global business and innovation. Everyone rushes to Shenzhen, but the quiet money moved elsewhere. For years, Shenzhen has symbolized China's rise. The glittering skyline, the innovation parks, the unicorn startups. It's become shorthand for China's forward momentum. But while headlines still echo with Shenzhen's name, something far more strategic is unfolding quietly behind the scenes. Capital is moving, not away from growth, but toward a different kind of expansion, the one that prioritizes resilience, regional integration, and long-term influence. And it's not happening on the coast. Let's be clear, Shenzhen is still relevant. It still leads in hardware and high-tech innovation. But its monopoly on China's growth narrative is ending. The future is not about one city, it's about many nodes connected through policy, liquidity, and new corridors of trade. State investment arms are shifting their attention. Cities like Chongqing, Hefei, and Nanning are receiving massive injections of funds. Not for vanity projects, but for infrastructure, logistics, and RMB-cleared export zones. Rail lines are being laid, industrial parks are being restructured, and most Singaporeans aren't even looking. Why? Because the media still treats Shenzhen as the end game. But Beijing isn't building hype, it's building systems. And those systems are being laid in quiet places, where the headlines haven't caught up, but the money already has. If you trace capital flow, you'll see a very different map than the one Google shows you. Western provinces are being linked to ASEAN routes. Supply chains are being optimized to flow inward, then outward. Financial institutions are experimenting with RMB lending far from the coast. These aren't experiments, they're deployment zones. And while everyone's watching the front page, the back end is being locked in. Now here's where Singapore comes in. China needs structure, legal clarity, cross-border routing, trust, not just capital. It already has the capital. What it needs is neutral partners who can operationalize strategy across multiple jurisdictions. Singapore is perfectly positioned for that role, but only if we're not late. If you're a Singaporean working in logistics, compliance, law, or finance, the opportunity isn't in following hype, it's in following structure. Where are the new trade corridors forming? Where are RMB clearing frameworks being piloted? Which cities are being quietly designated Tier 2 logistics hubs? That's the game. And the earlier you step in, the more embedded you become. These cities aren't just receiving funds, they're being trained to handle international flow. And they need regional allies who can help them bridge complexity. Singapore-based professionals can be that ally. But timing is everything. You see, once the back end is built, it doesn't change easily. It's like a sturdy foundation that supports everything else. If you come late to the game, someone else is already managing the compliance stack, the dispute resolution protocol, the capital flowcharts. You don't replace them, you orbit around them, finding your place in the existing structure. And this is why, while watching Shenzhen is no longer enough, there's more to the story that unfolds beyond the obvious. It's time to learn what's not being said. No one will publicly declare. This is the next logistics hub. They'll just start building rail lines to it. They'll reroute capital there. They'll test their export flow in smaller cities, where regulation is more flexible and partnerships are still being shaped. If you wait for this to hit the headlines, you're already too late. The smart money never announces its plans. It moves. If you're serious about participating in China's next chapter, not as a tourist or observer, but as a trusted player, then your job is to read what's not in print, understand the capital flow, understand the structural incentives, understand that noise doesn't equal value. Because when you're in early, you're not negotiating terms, you're writing them. Drop a comment within if you want to join our private Telegram group where we share verified Singapore-specific updates on China's next real moves. No fluff, no agents, just signal.